Hi everybody, welcome to Not Too Shabby Chic. My name is Dale. Welcome to everyone who has tuned in. If you're a new subscriber, I welcome you. If you haven't subscribed yet, I hope that you will do so and hit that bell so that you can be notified when I do videos. And thank you to all my existing subscribers. I appreciate each and every one of you. And today I am doing my hashtag, well, it's not mine, Angela with Meet the Shrads, hashtag December Daily to Restore You challenge. And mine is really December not so daily, as I've mentioned in every video, because I'm not doing them every day. I can't seem to find time. So anyway, this is my third installment. And as you know, I have, if you've tuned in before, I have this little basket with all of the prompts. And to save time from you watching me in labor, it's like watching paint dry, to figure out what I'm going to do, I drew my prompts and I have gotten out a few things to use. So let's put this away. My first prompt was or is vintage greeting, and I'm drawing them randomly, and I promise I'm not cheating. I'm just drawing them, and 3 at a time, and whatever I get, I get. Hat, vintage greeting, hat, and textiles. So those are 3 fairly simple ones. And again, to save time, as you know, if you've seen my other 2, I am using these Save Our Date cards that I had gotten at Hobby Lobby, I believe, on clearance some time ago, because I love these colors and didn't realize it was for a wedding. So these are about the right size, the 5x8 or 5x7, I don't remember. But these are what I'm using for my base, and I'm covering it all up, of course. And so to save time, I did my textile. So what I did was I took a piece of burlap that was red, like so, and I glued it down. Then I took a piece, or 2, actually I did 2 layers of this real pretty Christmas green or Kelly green, whatever you want to call it, mesh with the paint chips or gesso spots or whatever these are that look like, remind us of snow. I took 2 layers of that, did one at a time. One was okay, but I wanted it more snowflakey, so I've glued that down. So that is my front, which is the textiles. The back still says save the date because it was showing through. So I will cover this with a card or cardstock or something later. I won't do it on this video. And I wanted some things kind of hanging off the edges, but as you can see, they're not real even, so I'm going to try to even it up just a touch. It's not going to be perfect because I am not perfect and I can't do perfect. There are people who can, and I admire them so much. Their creations and everything they do look just like store-bought, like they're just pristine and beautiful creations. I just can't seem to do that, so I'm just rolling with who I am and what I do. And what I do is kind of grungy with a touch of shabby chic occasionally. Definitely vintage antique, but I'm loving the retro for Christmas. I mean, that's my heart. And I guess because that was the times when I grew up. So anyway, I pulled out some things. I've got my textile, so I've got hat and vintage greeting. So I have lots of vintage Christmas cards. I was blessed to get a lot of these free. So I thought about doing this one and have it, you know, where you can journal and have the gridding, and there's the hat. And I kind of like that, but not my favorite. I have this little tiny one that is absolutely gorgeous. It's "Oh Come All You Faithful" is the song. And I kind of like that, but I decided against those. So what I have decided is this. As you know, my daddy was the best Santa Claus ever, and I love Santa Clauses because they remind me of my dad. And this is a textured vintage greeting card. He feels like velvet, and I did want to scan him for my Etsy shop before I used him, but I have not done that. So I've inked around it on the inside and a little on the out, and I'm not going to worry about it. So I'm going to put him a little to one side, like about like that, I think. And then what I thought I would do is, Christmas cheer is kind of cute, but I kind of liked Merry Christmas. But if I put Merry Christmas, it'll cover up that pretty bow. So I could just put Merry, but you know what? This is the vintage greeting. It's a greeting card. There's the greeting, and on the inside is a greeting. Santa has a gift here, especially for you, and someone else has wishes for someone like you too. And there's a little monkey, and I don't know why they chose that. Or either it's a bear. Kind of reminds me of a monkey. From Patricia and Diane, and I'm going to cover that up. And so what I wanted to do is glue this down to make a pocket, but this can still flip open for journaling on around and about if you want to. So got my handy dandy Beacon poster board glue that's the same as Fabri-Tac, that I am going to just glue down here. And I think I just want to make it a tuck, so I'm not gluing it all the way. I believe I want it about like this. So I'm gonna do that and get my bone folder, kind of burnish it good. And hope, you know what, maybe I'll glue it down just a little more here. I think I do want to do that because it's a little wobbly. Okay. So we'll get that to close down good. Find my stopper upper. So now this one is going to be really simple, unlike my last two. You know, they kind of just, you go with the flow with what you feel like you're being led to do in that moment. And so I love this. I do need to cut my hole the same as with these, in the same spot. So, and I have trouble with my eyelets. I don't know if anyone else does. Getting them to go all the way through or to stay. If anybody has any tips on that, I would greatly appreciate your advice, because I love the way they look and I love using them, but when they fall out on you and won't stay in, it just doesn't look good. For my use, it's fine, but if I'm selling it, you know, I don't want to do that. So I'm poking a hole. I'm gonna have to use my big bite because the little bite is not working. So I'm going to get this out and put, yeah, I want the big Mama Jama. I'm using this as my there we go. There's my hole. Anyway, if you guys have any tips on how to do the eyelets so they'll stay in, like that one's coming out. And I glued it a little bit. I'm going to have to glue it some more. Because it's coming loose from that side. Wah. But anywho, this is also, if you've not tuned in, how I'm keeping mine. So I've got my hole punched, and Santa is glued down, Santa Daddy. And I thought I would use this sweet little journal card that I got in Happy Mail. And I apologize that I do not recall who gave this to me. I do not have the memory of everyone else that can remember all the people that they get things from. I don't know how they do it. I'm going to have to start keeping files of just like people stuff. So I think I'll put like him right there. I want no peeking showing. Then I had like the season's greetings, because I want it to look retro. You know, so that's okay, but I didn't like it beside Christmas cheer. And ho 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 is what Santa does, but that's a possibility. Maybe I'll put ho 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 over here. And no peeking. I don't know. We'll see. I may not keep it. Just saying. So there's ho 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 and no peeking. And then I love this piece of candy that I had from last year or a couple years ago. I believe I got these at Dollar General. And that looks very retro to me. But I want my no peeking to show. That's why I'm thinking I'm not going to do ho ho ho. Then I had this tag from Dollar General that I liked as well. Let me take ho 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 out. And I believe I was going to do like so, just for fun. And I think that looks kind of cute, don't you? Short and sweet. And I do need to cover the back, which I will do, and put the eyelet in. Let's see if I can have success before I put the back on. That way I can poke the hole through the back and see if that works. So let's try this one. And it goes all the way through. So let's see if I can get that to work. Okie dokie pokies. Let's, oh, gotta move it up there. center that. Now it looks good on this side. All right, it went through. Maybe it was those eyelets. I'll have to maybe change them out and see. I'm so excited that worked. I think those look really cute. It's a simple, fun little card. And again, I have to cover the back. The other thing, I have this little charm that I got from Shauna with, I can't remember the name of her channel or anything else, but anyway, she sent me some little charms. Isn't that hat cute? And I kind of wanted to hang him, and he's got a lobster claw clasp too that I could do it that way. But I'm not sure how I want to do it. Do I want to hang it off the card? I kind of like it like that. All right, let's see. Let's see if we can do this without messing it up. All right, so far so good. Yay! I think I'm going to take the lobster clasp off. Because I don't think I need him on there. I think I'm going to have to cut it off because I am not going to re-staple it. Let's see if I can find my cutter. There it is. If I cut it without cutting the part I don't want to cut. Aha! Love it when a plan works. So that is adorable. That is also a hat, Santa hat. Now I'm going to cover this with and if I didn't want it to be journaling space, you know, I could do a jolly good time right there, but I've got that, so I don't think I need that. So Merry Christmas won't cover it all up from Merry Christmas. So what I decided to do was use this vintage Christmas greetings tag, and I'm going to tie a little something there that'll hang down and look really cute. And let me think what I might want to use. I think I want a piece of red or gold ribbon, or maybe jute. Thought I knew before I came on what I wanted. Or maybe some of this. But I've got silver, so I don't know about that. Now I had a little bitty teensy piece of red. If I can figure out where I put it, and I could do that. Red, like pencil. So bear with me while I look in my bag here. Green or red? And I have neither, so not in what I want to use. So I think I'm just going to use this old piece of sorry that has looks coffee dyed, but I don't believe it's been coffee dyed. Right here. It's not. I could use that twine right there, but it's too white, and I don't have time to dye it. Tie it kind of to the front, so it does have a little bit of a sheen to it, which is fun. And then we're going to glue her down. Like so. I could tie that in a bow, couldn't I? But I'm not gonna, because it'll just make it kind of bulky, I think. So we're just gonna do it kind of like that. And my memory to go with today's post is Santa Claus, as you know, is magical to me, even when I was a child, before my dad started pretending to be Santa Claus, which was after I was much older. But one of the things, this reminded me, the no peeking. When I was very little, well, not very little, maybe, I don't know, 7, 8 years old, I would peek. I would sneak up, because I got up before my mother most of the time, and I would go under the Christmas tree. You know what, maybe I don't even need this one. After the presents had been wrapped, and I would sneak in there and open the presents that were mine to see what I got, and then wrap them back. My mother would never know. She was very sparing with the tape, so it was kind of easy to do, and she would never know I had peeked. Bad girl, I know. Not a nice thing to do, but I couldn't stand it. I want to put something there too. I didn't like not knowing what I got. So that's what I did. And she didn't know until, I was grown. I finally told her what I did. And she was like, "Del Renee." I was like, "Well, you didn't know." And I would act so surprised. She just had no idea that I already knew what I had. So that's my memory of no peeking, because I peeked all the time. And sometimes I tried to find where she hid them. before she wrapped them. And I would usually find them because we had a very small house. And one day she said, somebody's been snooping around. And she said, Santa says if they don't stop snooping around, Santa's going to take things back and they won't get anything for Christmas. And of course, she never said, you know, you're doing it or whatever, but we knew what she meant. So I quit doing that, and I think that may have been when I started unwrapping things. I don't know, but I did both. I was a sneaky little booger, and I hated surprises, but I love, you know, I hated surprises if I knew it was there and I didn't know what it was. I love surprises when I didn't know they were coming. If you just walked in and surprised me, I loved it. I just didn't like it if it was laying there and I had to not know what it was. So that was the difference for me. Now, this is adorable, I think. I don't know that it wants to stay closed because of that. So I'm not sure about this. And then that, of course, too. There. So anyway, I think it's cute. I've got to do the back and then I'll be done. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Not So Daily, December Not So Daily. This is the open collab with Angela with Meet the Shrads. Hashtag December Daily to Restore You. You're welcome to join in. And I will have the channels linked below that are participating. So thank you so much. Have a very Merry Christmas and holiday season. Know that God loves you and so do I. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.